On this episode of Rock Down South, we chat with rock band Lydia's Castle. We talk all about how the band came together and their brand new EP. We hope you all enjoy. Let's go. Welcome to another exciting episode of Rock Down South, your home for rock and country music. Today, we talk with the incredibly talented, red-haired rock and roll frontwoman, Tonya LeeAnn from Lydia's Castle. And if you haven't heard of Lydia's Castle, then you definitely need to check them out, as they are a killer new hard rock band out of Nashville that I really happen to love. Tonya tells us all about how the band came together, her heartfelt story that inspired the band's name, and of course, we talk all about their new music and brand new EP. So without further ado, here's the show. What's up, Tonya? How are you doing today?
Hey, thank you so much, Mark, for having me on.
Hey, thank you so much for jumping on. Really looking forward to talking to you and talking some rock music.
Heck yeah, man. Nothing better than some early chat about some new things in the rock world.
Absolutely. And your band is a little bit new. First EP coming out. Being a new band, tell me about how you guys came together.
Yeah, so, Lydia's Castle has really kind of only been a band for a couple years. It started with my husband and I when we moved to Nashville, and then really kind of kicked in full throttle during the COVID lockdowns and shutdowns. And, we just living together in a 700, 800 square foot apartment. We, had nothing really better to do than to just sit around and try to write some music together. And it was cool. It was like learning a new love language. And once that kind of caught fire, we were just pumping out songs together. And then around the time that, the world started opening back up again, we ended up searching for, people to play with in Lydia's Castle, other members. And then we came across John Wysocki. He's the former original drummer and founding member of the band Stained.
Wow.
We've been kicking it with him for, actually it makes a year in March. And over the past year of playing out with him, we've been doing the whole hired gun thing for bass players, just because like Cody, John, and I, we really have like a really great chemistry and connection. And we wanted to make sure that the bass player that we brought in was just going to be that, really great additional fit for us. So we, auditioned a ton of people. And recently, a couple months ago, we ran across this guy named Corey England, and he's also here in Nashville. And he was just a great fit. He checked all the boxes, and we're about to be writing some new music with him. But that's kind of like how the whole band came together. It started with Cody and I. The pandemic kind of helped launch everything. And then, finding John and then Corey, and now we got the full band together, Lydia's Castle.
Lydia's Castle, there you have it. All four of you guys, right?
Yeah, just four of us for now.
For now, unless you want to be a quintuplet or whatever they call them and be a 5-piece.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever plan on adding another guitarist or a keyboard player or, a tambourine player, but I'm not sure what's in the cards, but for now it's just the four of us.
Well, you definitely have quite, I guess, the pick of musicians in terms of being out of Nashville. I know you guys are bringing the rock to Music City, which is, of course, traditionally country.
Mm-hmm.
Why Nashville? Why'd you guys decide to settle down there?
I just think that Cody and I, well, the main reason is I ended up like losing my job back where we were before moving to Nashville. And we decided that, okay, well, this is a perfect opportunity to just go somewhere new and start over. And we thought, what better place than to be in Music City, where everything is surrounded, like we're surrounded by music, whereas in Indiana, where we were at for like a year or so, it's just like there wasn't really any music. There was nothing to do. And it was just really like a damper on like our dreams. And so just picking Music City, we were just like, there's an opportunity to teach here, play on Broadway, do original music. Music's everywhere, and it just made sense for us to be here.
Yeah, and I know there's some other rock bands there. I know you played with another Nashville rock band that we actually interviewed about a year or so ago, True Villains.
Yeah, man, True Villains, those are our homies for sure. We absolutely love them. They played our EP release show with us a couple weeks ago. And there is a lot of really great rock bands in Nashville. There's True Villains, there's Beyond Here, there's this band called Cadence. There's Ravener, the other LA. There is a rock scene here. Now, I don't personally think it's like as big as the country scene, obviously. Um, we all know each other and it's all just one little family. And but there's a bunch of really cool bands here to definitely check out. I know when we were doing our hired gun, we used Jamie Millard. He's Mark Slaughter's bass player from the 80s band Slaughter. And
Nice.
then we used a gentleman named Marcelo Bacchus. He plays with Lee Bryce. Then we used his name's Matt. He was the former bass player for All That Remains, and he's back with them now. But
Oh,
there's a
nice.
lot of great talent. We worked with a lot of really great people who helped us get to where we are today, and we're just really thankful. You can't build your castle by yourself.
And speaking of the name Lydia's Castle, how did that come together?
So the name Lydia's Castle is very like dear to mine and Cody's hearts. So the name came about after Cody and I lost our daughter Lydia about a week before my due date. And after losing her, that's when I lost that job. And we were just like, let's just leave this place. And that's how we got to Nashville. But we decided to name it Lydia's Castle because during the time of losing Lydia, we had to completely do a self evaluation and soul searching and rebuild who we wanted to be as people since we were no longer, you know, earthly mom and dads, right? And in moving to Nashville, we ended up rebuilding our lives and building Lydia's Castle. So part of Lydia's Castle is showing people, that there is hope out there when tragedy strikes and showing people that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, as long as you're willing to look for it, there is good things that come out of bad things. And so that is where the name Lydia's Castle came from.
It's a wonderful tribute. Wonderful tribute.
Thank you.
And I think you channeled some of that into your song Phoenix that you put out as a single and music video, right?
Yeah, each one of our songs on this EP talk about real life situations, about overcoming hard times, hard things. Phoenix talks about rising above hard situations and coming out on top. And then we have Falling into Place, which is quite literally about becoming the person that you really want to be in life. And then our other single, the most recent one, Search for You, that is our tribute song to Lydia. And it's about the stars not aligning with somebody being in your life and you're searching for it. You plan to search for them in another life just to like reconnect.
Wow, that's powerful.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love the song Phoenix. That one's a banger. That one is good. The music video is very well done, very well polished. It's a great rock song with great vocals.
Thank you. Yeah, the gentleman we're using, man, he's just a young kid and he's so passionate and he's just eager. His name's Austin Delamano. He's here in Nashville with Lighthouse Studios. And hands down, he's done all of our video work for everything, even our promo videos, our live videos. He's like a one-stop shop, but man, he is so freaking good.
Yeah, the Phoenix is an awesome song. Great music video, like I said. And then Falling into Place is a really fun music video. You guys in prison, breaking out of prison. I like that
Man,
one.
do you know like that music video was planned in a like less than a week?
No
We
way.
originally we originally we're gonna do just a live video in someone's backyard with some cool lasers and smoke and whatever, save some money. But then Cody and I were like just sitting around on the couch one night, and I came across this like prison setting that you could rent out, like movie people rent this out, right? And I looked at him and I said, I've got a crazy idea. I don't know if you're gonna like this or not, but what do you think about? And I just started spilling this whole treatment idea for this. And we ended up like getting on the phone with Austin that night, and then the rest of the band like the next day. And we booked it. We rounded up all of those people within like a week. And in 6 hours, we shot that video,
No way.
which is insane because a video like that, and I mean, we were hustling, right? We had somebody holding lights. We knew where we needed to be, who needed to be where, doing what. While we were filming something, somebody else was practicing the next part. I mean, it was like everyone was on their A game, and it was awesome. But it was like something that we really didn't plan on doing, and it turned out so much better than what we I think what we all like thought it was going to be.
You guys had a lot of different locations in that one to shoot. Like you guys were running down the halls, you had jail cells, you had like the guards station. It's not like you guys were just shooting a music video in a warehouse like most bands and can crank one out.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like a video like that should have easily had taken like 10 hours. We hustled and did it in 6. And the whole setting, it's like how movie and TV show settings are, like it's like half room, like you see a room, but it's like the other half is gone because you're shooting on that side. And that's really what it is. Like the rooms that you're seeing and stuff, it's all for like movie people to come in and film in there.
Yeah, and then you guys break into the guards quarters over there, and in all the movies, of course, they break in and they steal the guns, and then you guys break in and you pick up your guitars and everything. I thought that was
Yes, so
cool.
that's part of like falling into place, is like we were becoming the people who we wanted to be, You can get locked up, you can have people hold you back, you can have people tell you that this is how you're supposed to live your life, or that you're this fallen person, but really you're falling into place. You're just becoming the person that you're supposed to be through all the hiccups, through all the bad trials, through all the mistakes that we all make. And then so like busting out of the jail, through our mistakes and getting our instruments back, we were just becoming the people that we've always wanted to be.
Yes, and then the EP, is the EP a self-titled EP?
Yeah, the EP self-titled, Lydia's Castle. We just the hard copy came out on Mother's Day, so it's like essentially like a tribute to Lydia, and a lot of like what the songs are about, rising above things that we talked about, so it just made sense to just kind of self-title this one. And the next one will actually have a title. Now that we have like the full band together, we're gonna all write, more songs together. But the digital version is coming out on June 3rd, and the hard copies came out on May 7th.
Okay, so pick up a hard copy. Otherwise, June 3rd is when you can expect it on digital platforms.
Yeah, man, and the hard copies are cool. So like if someone's listening and they do want a hard copy, so we only have a limited number of them. They're all signed by all the band members. They're real pieces of art. Like they actually have the liner notes in it. It's got like a bunch of artwork in there. And then one other thing is like there's a QR code inside of those liner notes that you can scan. So like if you have a vehicle that doesn't have a CD player, you can still stream it digitally before everybody else. There's a QR code in there you can enter for like the band to give you a call, enter for the band to come play an acoustic set in your living room. There's discounts on merch. There's just a ton of really cool things in that QR code. So if you do have a CD or you're looking to get one, scan that QR code and take advantage of all those perks.
Very cool. Very cool. And one of the things I like about your sound is that although you guys are a female fronted band, it's like I don't get that vibe. Like I don't get like from the other female fronted bands. I'm not really getting that kind of vibe or that sound. I guess it's because your vocals are a little bit more aggressive or angry, you do a little bit more yelling, which I really like. But it doesn't like scream female fronted band. And, it seems like you guys settle in there with like all the other rock bands very, very well.
It's probably because I don't own a purse. I get crap about that all the time because I'm always losing my ID card. And I've literally lost it like 10 times. I'm not even exaggerating. But the guys are like, maybe you should get like a man wallet or like a wallet or a purse. But no, like I agree with you. I kind of feel like I'm just not into like the poppy punk kind of like girly thing. Like that's just not my thing. I've never really been like a girly girl. And so like I grew up on like listening to bands like, Metallica and AC/DC and just like Chevelle, 10 Years, Hailstorm, those kind of bands.
Mm-hmm.
And so like yeah, it could be like the aggressive vocal vibe, but we're not going to sit around and write like Taylor Swift breakup songs, you know what I mean? I don't know if the guys would really like that, but I'm glad that you said that though. That's really cool that that's the vibe that you get. I think we're just kind of being true to ourselves and just kind of writing what comes to mind. And it's nice to know we're a female fronted band that can just kind of keep up with the dudes, you know?
Yeah, I like the music. I like the music. And like I mentioned, it doesn't sound like a female fronted vocals per se. Like it's almost like you could just have a guy jump in and sing the same thing.
Well, don't tell the guys that. I don't want them to replace me.
So is that the kind of sound you're striving for? Some of that metal sound?
Yeah, it kind of like swings where it's like hard rock, but it's like metal as well, but it's not fully metal. You know what I mean? It really crosses over where it's like it could be played on the radio, like it's radio edit friendly, but it's still like hard enough to where it's got that bite. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's heavy.
Thanks. That was the plan.
So these next questions are what we close with and ask everyone.
Okay.
So first question, what would you tell your 21-year-old self?
Mm. I would tell her to not be so hard on herself. I would tell her to believe in herself more and start doing music sooner on a serious note. And just to, loosen up and just enjoy life. It goes by really quick.
That it does. And that's a good answer. Next question. What are you drinking lately? And if you don't drink alcohol, it could be anything refreshing you like to drink.
Yeah, so lately my new jam alcohol wise has been mules. I've been really digging some mules lately. And then non-alcohol wise, man, I've been on an orange juice kick like no one's business.
Orange juice. What kind of orange juice do you like?
Just anything that doesn't have like pulp in it. It can be anything, just regular like orange juice. Like I actually like just I just had a big giant glass before I jumped on this.
Yeah, my wife loves the orange juice with the no pulp and the was it vitamin C? Not vitamin C, vitamin D.
Yeah, the vitamin D. Yeah, it's just a really great source of like vitamins in general and I'm just all about that orange juice. It just makes me feel good.
No pulp. I'm not a fan either.
Yeah, no pulp. No pulp.
So as you know, this is Rock Down South. So what is something, or maybe a couple things that come to mind that you love about the South?
Well, I'm from North Carolina, so I know all about like the South and my favorite okay, I have just a couple of things. My favorite thing about the South is that it's slower paced. I'm not really a big city girl. My husband Cody, who plays guitar in Lydia's Castle, he loves New York City, LA, big city lights. It gives me anxiety. I'm not really a big fan, but I love that it's slower. I love that everyone knows everybody. I love that like you can stop in a grocery store and somebody will tell you their whole life story within a matter of like 15 minutes. And I don't know. I personally love the Southern hospitality. I love the Southern cooking, just some good old chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn on the cob. You know, I wanted to do country music before I got into rock. Back in 2013 is when I started doing rock music. And so, like, I grew up listening to country music and, just grew up on good old Hank Williams and Reba McEntire and Martina McBride. But I love the South. The South is absolutely home to me.
Hey, thank you so much, Tanya, for being a part of the show today. Where can people find and connect with you guys online?
Well, dude, we are the only Lydia's Castle in the history of Lydia's Castle, and our SEO is outstanding. So if you type Lydia's Castle in Google, it's probably going to take you to lydiascastle.com. And on there, it is a one-stop shop for everything. If you're looking for our music videos, photos, press kit, merch, shows, how to pre-save the EP coming out on June 3rd, all of that is right there on that website.
Anything else going on that people should know about?
Yeah, so we got 2 shows coming up. We're playing at the Warehouse in Clarksville on June 11th with Discrepancies. They're a St. Louis band. Really great dudes. And then we're actually playing in St. Louis the following weekend, June 18th, with our homies in Inimical Drive. After that, we got another Clarksville show on the books with this band called Spider Rockets. They're a female fronted band as well. And then we're working on another Nashville show in July or August, but that's kind of it. So if you're in the Clarksville area, June 11th, come on out, come hang. If you're in St. Louis, we'll be at Diamond City Music Hall, June 18th.
Thank you so much for listening to the show today. We hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I had a really great time chatting with Tanya. Not only is she super talented, but she's an awesome person who inspires me to get out there and make the best out of a bad situation in life. Plus, she and the band absolutely rock, and I'm loving this new EP, and I can't wait to catch a live show in the future. So make sure to go follow Lydia's Castle on all of their social media pages and give their debut EP a listen. Also, watch their music videos and take a look at their tour dates to see if they're playing in a city near you. Check out all our content at rockdownsouth.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for the latest updates. And leave us a 5-star review if you can. We would really appreciate it. And as always, the views and opinions expressed by our guests are theirs and don't necessarily reflect our own. I'm Mark, and you've been listening to Rock Down South. See y'all next time.